Let's do a season review for Bangalore. We're going to do that tomorrow as well, right? At 5 o'clock? But let's do it again because we've got Polly here.
Yeah, we've got Polly here.
Let's get Polly in on it. Polly, the season for Bangalore. Let's start with their batting.
Well, I mean, we mentioned at the start of the show, I mean, if you think of the teams that came in the last three, they were desperate for an opening partnership, desperate for someone to score some runs at the top of the order. RCB did that. We look at the record of Faf and Virat, and then that partnership, we look at the partnership with Faf and Maxwell. I mean, it was all brilliant, and even some decent contributions down the order. I suppose the only real concern was Dinesh Karthik didn't get to the form that we saw from him. But, I mean, you can't fault the batting. I mean, the batting's got to be 8 plus with regards to what they did, or even up as close as 9, because, most of the time they produced.
I would go with, 8.5, 9, I would go easily, because they've just, what else can the batting do?
Well, I guess the points that you're docking is only for the middle order, not. And that's what Captain Faf said after the game. He said, we know that there's a big hole in our middle order and we've not been closing out games. But there's only that much that Faf, Virat and Glenn Maxwell can do. I mean, they were all in the top 10. Run scorers, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, Maxwell was around 13, he was 15. Maxwell was 15th, but Faf right at the top, Kohli in the top 5. Virat gets 200s, Faf gets 700 plus runs. They can't do any more.
Yeah, I'm saying 8.5, definitely, at least.
All right, excellent. So 8.5 from Polly as well, and 8.5 from you.
Yeah,
did you give it?
Happy.
All right, so they both give it 8.5. The bowling, let's talk about the bowling. Mohammad Siraj, absolutely on fire, and I'll let you take it from there. Go on.
Nothing very much else to write home about. They've tried players. I don't think Harshal Patel bowled better today, but I don't think he had the season they were expecting of him.
Yeah.
Hasaranga also, they waited for him. He got into the side and then somehow he just fell out of favour. He again started well, didn't continue on that form. Shahbaz Ahmed got hit out of the attack, no longer a part of their plans. Vishak came in. So I think really two bright lights out there. The rest of them haven't really performed for me.
They had a bit of bad luck with left arm pace bowlers. There was Reece Topley, got injured, David Willey got injured, then Wayne Parnell came. So they like the left-handers, but destiny does not like left-handers being there. I guess that's quite the odds. But Polly, for you, the bowling?
Yeah, was Hazelwood there as well?
Yep. Yes, Hazelwood got injured as well. Went back.
If in all honesty, bowling perspective, it's a tough ground to bowl on. So we have to be a little bit wary of being too hard on them when they play at the Chinnaswamy. But all I've got to say is that look at their team. There was only one bowler who you kind of picked every match. That was Siraj.
Yeah.
The rest of them, kept chopping and changing. So you can't have a decent bowling performance when you've got guys and personnel changing as often as they did. And as you say, Hasaranga, who's there overseas, he didn't come good. At best, I would think I'd give them a 5.
Okay, a 5 for their bowling. What about captaincy? Well, it was split captaincy, right? There was Faf for most of the season. Couple of games, Faf was the impact substitute. So Virat captained those games as well. But what did you make of the captaincy?
I didn't actually mind the captaincy, to be honest with you, because I felt that Faf was in a very difficult position. In the sense that when you have a dominant guy who's like the go-to guy, being the captain for the longest time, who says, no, I don't want to captain anymore. But he's still a really strong personality.
Yeah.
So you've got to run the team and let him know that you run the team. But at the same time, you want to keep him motivated. So I think Faf did a very good job of that. Let's not forget, they may be eliminated today, but they've got 8 wins and lost 6. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's 16 points getting eliminated only happens because we have a 10-team league.
No, 14. They didn't win today.
Sorry, they ended on 14.
So 7 and 7.
7 and 7, sorry. They ended on 14, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a decent season. 7 and 7 is not bad.
It's not a bad season.
It's not a horrible. It's not like some of the teams at the bottom of the table. They've really missed qualification by a whisker they have.
By 2 bad overs.
Yeah. For you, Polly?
Yeah, captaincy-wise, I always look at it from a performance perspective. I know we're talking about Hardik and the style of captaincy of Dhoni, where they're not really doing too much. But he was leading from the front. With the bat, he was absolutely brilliant. You could see even an injured Faf du Plessis was present. He was trying his best. the problem for captaincy is you're often determined by the bowlers you have. It's only your bowling attack that you really do captain. And the batters, they get on and do their job and you work behind the scenes. But on the field, it's the bowlers. And if you don't have a bowlers that can do a job and can string things together, you can be one of the best captains in the world. You've seen plenty of fantastic captains who can't get the team over the line because they don't have the personnel or artillery that they need in the bowling department. And that's what I would say. So for me, I'd probably give Faf a 7.
I completely agree. Yeah.
Okay, so 7's there. What about management? We had Mike Essen, Sanjay Bangar. What do you make of them?
I mean, the management stories before that. I mean, how could they let go of Chahal is where, I think those decisions are coming back to haunt them. I don't think they've taken any big decisions, really big decisions this time, which has worked out for them, nor have they taken terrible decisions. It's just that the cards that they had a whole string of injuries with their fast bowlers, but otherwise, it's been a reasonably stable squad. They're like colourless to me. They've neither looked really good nor the other way around. So I'd say a 5.
So you rate them a vanilla?
Yeah, they're vanilla. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I get it. Colourless, tasteless. Actually, I like vanilla. Vanilla's nice. Vanilla's not bad. Sean, for you?
Yeah, when you think of management, you do think that behind the scenes, they've got to be getting more out of Kartik. They've got to be getting more out of the bowlers. They've got to be coming up with different game plans. From the Chinnaswamy experience, I haven't seen anything different over the last 3, 4, 5 years. There's no new game plans. There's no different way of doing things. And somehow you've got to come up with something. If you're the home team on that ground, you've got to be coming up with different tactics of how your bowlers can be effective and be better than the opposition who rock up. And for me, I didn't see enough of that.
Okay, so numbers, gents.
We said 5, I think.
You said 5 as well? Have you said 5, Polly?
I'm happy to go with whatever Joy says on this one.
5.
Excellent. So that's 5. Bring it up. Let's see it. Well, there you go. 8.5, 5, 5 and 7. I'll just tell you, the batting mark is basically on the back of Faf and Virat. Faf and Virat have totaled up to about some 1,300, 1,400 runs.
Yeah.
Right? Between them. In 14 matches, that's about 100 runs each.
Yeah.
If the team gets 180 or 200, 2 guys are getting you half the score. Right?
Yeah, and
all the time.
So also paradoxically, this is what happens. If you remember India at one time, one of the reasons their middle order wasn't good is because
1, 2, 3 were getting all the wins.
1, 2, 3 were getting all the runs.
Yeah.
If you're going to have opportunities to bat as well. And therefore you're going to, so there's so much in the shade of their top 3 that it tends to fall off after that.